The Edmonton Oilers showed well enough on Saturday night, for the third consecutive road game. But yet again they came away with nothing to show for it in a 5-2 loss. It's not that the Oilers didn't have their chances. They had 36 shots on net, and often outplayed the Islanders. But the power play could only muster a 1-for-5 proficiency. And when Edmonton had to push late for the equalizer with the score 3-2, a pinch by Oscar Klefbom turned into an odd-man rush that resulted in the 4-2 goal. That was the backbreaker. An empty netter salted this one away. Make 5-2 the final. The Oilers have now lost 4 in a row. And the playoffs are becoming a distant bell. Here's the tale of the tape. Edmonton Oilers player grades Mikko Koskinen, 4. It is a pretty critical assessment but not an altogether inaccurate one that Koskinen could not come up with a huge save at a key time to squeeze out a point. In his defense, I can't fault Koskinen on 3 of the 4 that beat him while he was in the net. Did make a big early stop on Jordan Eberle by sealing the short side. Was perhaps slow across on the 1-0, but no chance at all on a high-quality tip. That was the 2-0 goal. The 3-2-1 was a tip through a screen, the 4-2 an odd-man rush against. Helped out along the way by 2 loud ringing posts in the second frame. Connor McDavid, 7. Set up his buddy Draisaitl on a lovely pass after drawing all of the Islanders' defenders to one side of the ice on a third-period power play. Absolutely walked Nick Leddy on a second-period rush but was denied. Set up Ty Ratty for a good chance net side. Took a lovely feed from Sam Gagner but was stopped by a clever play by Leddy. 5 shots, a hit, 2 takeaways and skated miles. Just has to do too much of it all his own. Played 25-52, Leon Draisaitl. 7 buried his 35th of the season on the power play with just 9:40 to go to draw the Oilers within 1 at 3-2. It was one of 3 shots on net on a night when I thought Leon displayed a lot of drive with the puck, a better night on the other side of it as well. Went 50% on the dot and played a lot, 25-27, Zach Kassian, 5. Started on the first line, but eventually moved off it for a while and then back. Still on the right side of scoring chances, all events CF 17-6, 74%. But did not muster a single shot. 2 hits, -1, Oscar Klefbom, 6. Right up until the final couple of minutes Klefbom had played one whale of a game. He had 7 shots and at times looked like the Oscar Klefbom so many of us remember from the 16-17 playoffs. Made all kinds of smart plays and heady passes. But most fans will, fairly enough, remember the pinch in the offensive zone that squibbed loose and turned into the 4-2. An assist to Sam Larson, 5. Probably deserved a bit better than the -2 he was docked with at the end of the night. Drew 2 penalties with his assertive play. Ended up on the plus side and scoring chances for, against. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 6. His deflection in front accounted for the 2-1 goal with just 2.3 seconds left to send the Oilers into the dressing room down just 2-1. That was one of 7 shots on net on the night. I don't think the Nuge looks quite right, physically, but battled through it. Did have a couple uncharacteristic giveaways which I wonder were products of whatever it is that's nagging him. Milan Lucic, 3. Too quiet in a game when you needed him to be loud. To be frank, against a really quick team like the Islanders his relative lack of foot speed was exposed. A shot, 2 hits and -1 in just 12-16, need more. Alex Chiasson, 4. Chiasson played a bunch including a lot of time on the wing alongside McDavid and Draisaitl but couldn't convert it into much. Not a single shot in 1952 of toy. He was also slow to come across to the point man, off the draw on the 1-0 goal. Darnell Nurse. 53 shots and 4 hits in just 16:53 ***. I took severe issue with the 2nd of May 10 call on Nurse in the second. first, the official had not made a call until Nurse took Lee's stick to the face. There was no contact back from Nurse, yet the ref evened up that call. But then he was assessed the 10 for continuing to tussle. However, linesman Steve Miller entirely missed his assignment on Lee, allowing the Islander to continue to punch away at the tied-up Oiler. Terrible assessment of the situation by the official considering they were actually at fault. That should be reviewed by Miller's superiors. It hurt the Oilers, especially his absence on the power play in the third period. Chris Russell, 6. His shot from the point filtered through the legs of high man Sam Gagner and then off Nugent Hopkins and in. Russell also had a shot of his own and 3 hits, all the while moving the puck much more effectively than he has the past half-dozen games. His shot was blocked late with Kosk in and out, leading to the 5-2 empty netter. But the game was well out of reach by that point. Played a lot with Nurse out serving the misconduct, 22-19, Colby Cave, 5. Lost the draw cleanly on the 2-0. Ironically, he was lights out most of the night on draws, 80%. A good first-period chance when he deflected a Sam Gagner slot but was denied by Leonard. Looks like a serviceable 13F, Sam Gagner, 6. An effective game on the attack. Led the club in all events CF, 18-4, 82%. It's clear that while Gagner doesn't skate all that well anymore, he still has puck sense and hands. Started the sequence on the 2-1 with the dump in, then provided an effective screen in the high slot before the Nugent Hopkins tip. 2 shots. Tobias Reeder. For long stretches of uneventful play. Did manage 1 shot in the third period off a feed from Kevin Gravel. And earned an assist on the Nugent Hopkins goal. But not much in between. Still hasn't scored this year. Too often on the perimeter. This signing has not worked out. Atal, Kevin Gravel. 5. A fairly clean sheet in 13-01. Ended the night even, and kept his CF percent at 50 as well. A serviceable 6-7 guy. Not a big part of the problem tonight. Alexander Petrovic, 4. Petrovic abandoned his man in front on the 2-0, a costly error indeed. Leveled a hard, clean check on Matthew Barzal in the first. Activated from the point and created a nice chance for in the third. 2 shots, 3 hits, also coughed the puck up a couple of times in 13:51 of Toy. Forced into PP time with Nurse serving his misconduct and looked more like a tennis player with a puck. Kyle Brodziak, 5. Kyle Brodziak played his 900th career game tonight, an impressive accomplishment that shouldn't go without the appropriate acknowledgement. 0 shots, 1 hit, a giveaway. 58% in the face-off circle. -1. Had some good cycle moments in the Islanders' zone. Brad Malone. 4 had a couple of moments early but was generally outplayed by Colby Cave from there and ended up with just 752 Toy. Ty Ratty. 4 couldn't cash on a nice shot after being fed netside by Connor McDavid. And that was about all he could muster in 10-19, despite the puck generally being headed in the right direction. The Oilers falls to 2-4, 2-9, 5. For the time being they remain 7 points out of a wild card spot in the Western Conference. They are frankly lucky that Minnesota has been so bad lately. The door remains open, but it's down to a sliver. And home ice has not been a refuge for this club. Jesse Puljujärvi was a healthy scratch tonight. I would not be one bit surprised if he was optioned to Bakersfield as early as later this evening. Find me on Twitter at Kurt Levens. Recently, at the Cult Levens, the Edmonton Oilers reacquire Sam Gagner Staples. Goaltender Cam Talbot gets traded to the Flyers. McCurdy, good effort, same old result versus Canes.